Welcome everyone to a live information session of the Hub for Sustainable Cities Challenge in United Ideas. I have a great team of people in this presentation. I have Christian Brodard from Construction 21.
Hello.
We also have Vincent Guilfot du CIRID, that it's the International Resource and Innovation Center for Sustainable Development in France.
Hello, everybody.
Yes, and we also have Fabien Bader and Florent Breuil from the École des Mines de Saint-Étienne. Welcome, everyone.
Hello.
I wanted to say a little bit about United Ideas for those who are watching and are not so familiar with it. United Ideas is a platform, an online platform for collaboration to develop open source software and to solve data science problems in a collaborative manner. We invite universities, private sector, companies to contribute their skills to develop solutions for sustainable development. And we also invite governments and UN organizations and NGOs to present their problems. And those who are looking for technical solutions find a match there. And today we're having this presentation.
Sorry, John. Can you switch the video, please, on you? The focus on the video.
Is the video on me?
The focus is on the École des Mines, not on you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, good. It's good.
Is that on me?
Yes, on Christian. Yes, it's okay.
Okay. So today we're speaking about a very interesting project, which is the Hub for Sustainable Cities Challenge, and the main convener of this project is Christian Brodard.
Sorry, the focus is on Christian now, not on you. Sorry for the issue.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
We will try to manage like that.
So I'm going to give the floor to Christian Brodard, who's the president of Construction 21, and so he can tell us why are we here today? What is Construction 21, and why are we organizing this challenge?
Okay, thank you, George. First, I'd like to present Construction 21, which is social media, international social media for cities and building in cities. Construction 21 exists since 5 years and was initiated with a European project. And now Construction 21 is present in 11 countries, some from Europe, but also China and North Africa. So the objective of Construction 21 is to disseminate information and knowledge and connect different actors, professional, which contribute to develop, to disseminate innovation and best practices in construction, eco-neighborhood, or urban infrastructure like energy, waste and water, and other issues. So Construction 21 is very solution-oriented, and the objective is really to disseminate and to contribute with a practical solution to Sustainable Development Goals, and in particular Sustainable Development Goal 11 on sustainable city. So to address this issue, Construction 21 has on one hand a developed database where these solutions are described in detail with their technical characteristics and the companies or architects which have implemented these solutions. On the other hand, online communities allows professionals and stakeholders to interact, connect, share information and knowledge, and take collective initiative. So it's double content. On one hand, database, on the other, communities online. So this dual structure is very original. We have a second originality on Construction 21. It's that it is a multilingual site. That is, each country can work in its national language. For example, China work in Chinese, in Mandarin, and French in France, and so on. So for that, databases are accessible in a multilingual way, and it's complicated but very interesting, because the diffusion of any experience can be at a global level. For now, only in English, but we are targeting all UN languages. So presently,
let me ask you a
yes,
question. And just to
yes,
try to summarize it also. So Construction 21, the platform, is a multilingual platform that operates in multiple countries, and it
yes.
provides databases of construction suppliers and service providers that focus around green construction.
Green construction on one hand. Secondly, a neighborhood, so the districts, because there is a lot of solutions which are collectively on a very small area, that is eco district. And third, it is a way of technique and management of waste, energy, so renewable energy at local level, or water management. So all these questions are described, and with a lot of details. You can have access, for example, for the database on building, you can have access to the performance, to the surface of the building, to the consumption of energy, and also who has implemented. So that's, if you are interested in this experience, then you can contact the professional.
Okay.
Yes, just to explain,
Mhm.
to implement this case study and evaluate them, we have organized an awards. These awards, each year we have awards. This year we have 150 case studies issued from 19 countries, and all those case has been evaluated, and we have given awards at national level, then at international level. And those data, those experience has been seen in a lot of time in different countries. So it's really a way of implementing good practice, but also to evaluate it through process that we have implemented.
So for example, if one of these case studies that wins an award is about building better windows that save energy for a building, then that study is seen by people all over the world, so they can improve their own construction techniques.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, but it's really the building. So a building, there is different techniques which are implemented. To give two examples which are very different. One, for example, was Ampere Plus, which has what's refurbing a renewal of an old building in Paris by the defense, and they have the defense headquarters, and they have implemented very smart solution, use of biodiversity to improve air quality inside. So there are different solutions. So it's a whole. We present the whole project. On the other hand, we have another project, for example, on low carbon, which has been implemented in Senegal, and it has been developed by an association, which is Nuben Volt, and it's built in Adobe, and so it's very simple technique, but that can be diffused in Africa very easily. So there is all the convenient, all the kind of building and solution, and they are shown and in detail.
Yeah, well, I think it's a fascinating platform because it allows local designs in different countries, and also it in a way crowdsource the ideas for sustainable constructions. That's really interesting. It's one of the most exciting challenges that we have right now in Unite Ideas. So I think I believe it's a project that will attract a lot of developers to contribute. Now, why did you decide to join this challenge, and what are your expectations in terms of open source development or coding or data science?
So I will give the floor to Vincent just after, but for Construction 21 point of view, this structure, the practice we have, has shown some limits, and we need more fluent exchange of information between the different national database. We need a best interface with the user. So we need based on the experience we have to improve it. So we need a new platform or new feature on the platform. And our partner, which is CIRID and represented by Vincent, which is the developer of the solution. So we want to develop this implementation. And what is interesting also with the CIRID, they have implemented solutions which are also devoted on other sites, on the francophone innovation or on circular economy. So the same platform is used in different way for sustainable development. So now it's better now to focus on really computer science and implementation. I give the floor to Vincent.
Thank you, Christian. Well, I will speak about the current version before. We use, so the name of the project is Agorasoft. It's a software developed from 8 years. And this platform can be used independently or implemented as a part of a network such as Construction 21 or another project like Economy Circular, which manage in CIRID. This software so is uniform in structure. AI's the functionalities modules are deployed over the entire network, and this consistency makes possible to perform data sharing between the platforms. And each content can be translated from its original language into English to be visible at the central platform. And well, we have some advantages with this version. We can customize by country in the language of that country. It can be deployed with local specifics taken into account by keeping a similar structure. And the data extraction is very quick across the network. The disadvantages, we have not a central management. Now it's difficult to manage all contents by one way. We have no global extraction of native language. You need to translate in English to share all contents through the network. And another point, it's very important point for the next version is to the possibility to update the data models without lots of developments. Data models is used, for example, in case studies, building case studies. We must define all the structure before to implement in the website and to develop the MVC model to interact, to modify data. Just some examples of modules present in this current version. We have so news events management. We have static page management. We can publish some trainings, case studies with the form builders. We can manage some documents. We can use a module for social group with lots of features in each groups. We have an award module to manage the Green Building Award each year. So lots of modules in this version. So the aim of the next version will be to produce a new CMS solution as a part of network of multilingual platforms that can be defined according to language, country, regional or thematics criteria. The topology of the platform network must allow for centralized information management and efficient access to information, given that data can be hosted in different places in Europe, South America, or Asia. Well, about I speak before. We need to think a new data models. So this aspect will be to define a process for generating data patterns based on form builders, which will make with all types of contents. So like a portal, like news, so like case studies. And so the point of this is twofold: to facilitate the deployment of new solutions and to facilitate future changes to existing models.
Okay.
The second, yes?
No, go ahead, please.
Okay, just the second aspect concerns the definition of the network architecture and to design the information extraction and information publish processes. So it's very important for us to have a good response time when you extract all data through the network, because we have an international network with data in China, data in South of America, in Europe, etc. So it's very important to have a very good performant extraction of data.
Okay. Vincent, let me interrupt you a little bit and see whether I can summarize a little bit of what you mentioned to see if I understood it right. So you have a deployment of this content management system that you run in multiple countries, and currently you are implementing sort of copies of the tool per country, and you would like to move to a situation in which you can manage a single global instance to have an overview of the content as well as of the one single backend that powers all the implementations. Is that more or less accurate?
Yeah. So currently, each partner can manage by his back office all contents. But in some cases, for example, awards, we need to manage globally. It's difficult to define each award in each countries. It's very long, so we need to find a new process to manage globally. In this case, the award. In another example is currently if you post a news, sorry, you don't know if this news has been posted before in another country. You need to check manually. It's not efficient. So if we have a central management, we can check this.
Okay, yes, okay. So then it's very important then to have a global view,
Yeah.
management of multilingual content. So you can have that one article, you can see instantly whether it's published on multiple languages, or you can publish content across the languages, such as an award, or you also mentioned having a thematic view. So I understand that as if you're interested in content about climate change, you can see all the content regardless of the origin or the language.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Today, so currently, each partner manage its content. So if you defined a new data model and a new possibility to extract contents, we will able to extract all contents about a specific topic and to create a specific portal for that. For example, we could create a portal for a special portal for the COP with this. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Well, I mean, I think this is really it's a complicated problem, and I'm sure I've been in conversations with people in the Django community and in Drupal that have invested a lot of time in multilingualism and having multi-sites. So it would be an interesting challenge for them to take on. One part that could you elaborate a little bit on when you explained about network architecture and response time? I didn't quite get that.
Yes, we have currently 11 portals for Construction 21 network, and all the data are hosted in Europe and in Canada, and we have some difficulties of response time with the China. For several there's several problems about that. You know that all communications passed by a big firewall in China, so the response time is not very good. So a possibility will be to host several assets, it's technical terms, hosted near to the China to improve the response time. Mm-hmm. So we can disseminate some data through the world to have a better response time.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So that's much clearer now, and I think that will probably also be useful for other places where they have really low bandwidth. This is really interesting. I think just in the interest of time, I wanted to tell to the viewers that there are a lot of technical details that are expressed in a wiki. So when you go to United Ideas, you have a description of the challenge, and then you have a link to a GitHub repository that has a wiki. And in there, the team has put out a very, very long and detailed a couple of documents on what is it that they're looking for. Just moving out of the technical matters, actually, and also inviting Florent and Fabien if they want to contribute anything. I'm curious about the open source communities in France and in the French-speaking world, or whether you have any affiliation with open source communities that might be interested in helping you, or that you are interested in reaching out to.
It's not easy to answer because the project actually has several aspects to deal with the platform development. For example, data model, web design, software architecture. So I think a lot of heterogeneous communities can be interested by the project and the challenge. But one focus can be done on the maybe on the farm builder community, like with previous open source software tools developed by like React.json or Angular, and I think this developer can be interested by the challenge currently. Sorry.
Let's see if I can say that again. So you believe that maybe one area where people can contribute is using React.js and Angular for front-end form builders.
Yes, there's several languages that can be used for the front end and the back end. For the front end, we have currently two main languages. The first is React.js, developed by Facebook team, and the second one is Angular, developed by Google team. It's for the front end. For the back end, I'm a PHP developer, so I prefer to promote PHP, but we have lots of technologies. So PHP with Laravel framework or Symfony framework, and you have Django developed by with Python. You have Ruby with Ruby on Rails. So we have lots of technologies, and we are open to use all. We are open for that. So.
If you permit me, I think there is two different vision. One is to come and cooperate on the basis of PHP and what has been done, and to improve the present situation. That is, small teams can gather and work with a CRID team. Another hand could be another platform other than PHP, where a more big team can implement the whole set of change. So we are open to both situations. To be in time with the challenge, we have proposed two precise questions about the access, personal access to information, and other structure of database. So there is two examples and on which the teams can work. But the idea is to use the challenge then to implement a global project that could be finance and have a dynamics. The objective is to build an open source platform that will be useful for, of course, for Construction 21, but that can be used in other issues, other sustainable development goals, or other issues dealing with innovation and innovation system. So we think it's our experience of 5 years, experience in the data, the structure of software, on the use of the software, and also of the political management of a project, of this project. We think this 3-level experience can be used or can be transferred to other questions. So it's really coming to a global issue. And then we want also that this work on operational exchange at grassroots level can be connected to the online platform that will be launched by UN in the process of technology facilitation, and in the technology facilitation for science, technology, and innovation for the Sustainable Development Goals. In this issue, we want there's a project of online platform. So we want that our platform will be connected to this global online platform from UN. And if we succeed to this interface between the global and the local information system, that can be used for other sustainable development goals. So it's really coming in a global project that can have a lot of feature and value creation.
Yes, yeah. Thank you, Christian and Vincent, and Fabien and Florent. I think this is really an interesting project, and I think what I can notice in this particular project, which is different to other projects in United Ideas, is that any developer that chooses to contribute to your efforts has almost is guaranteed to be investing their time in something that is very useful, because it's a platform that is already deployed, it's operational, it's led by a very comprehensive and professional team. It's not a startup. You are a very mature project so if I'm a developer and I want to code on a solid open source project, I would probably want to code for this project. And also what you mentioned about the platform being not only something that is built for Construction 21, but that would be useful for any other sustainable development goal and for other organizations around the world. It's very compelling. I think we've spoken, covered a lot of terrain, a lot of ground today, and I want to invite you to say a few words, to just say goodbye to the developers and get them excited. I will say my words first. I believe developers and people in information science have a real responsibility to apply their skills to do some good things in the world, and I hope United Ideas provides an opportunity for everyone to contribute to these kind of projects. So please, Christian and Vincent, Florent, Fabien, your last words.
Okay, just apply to this challenge. We will build a very efficient and dynamic team on very important issue for the planet.
Yes, hello. So if you're interested to work on a great project and to participate to a new software, please contact us. I'm available on the wiki and the GitHub if you have any question, technical question. So I'm available. So bye.
We has been cut it. We has been cut it. Just explain where.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Okay.
Go on, Fabien.
The project is very large, and the platform development has several aspects. So each contribution will be important and interesting for the project, for the global project. Thank you.
Thank you, George, for all your involvement to help us.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and we hope you contribute to this United Ideas challenge. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.